Right, so I am going to do some crafting stories now. As you can see here, that's a gatherer one. We have blacksmith, armor, and gold. We have alchemist and culinarian. We have miner and botanist. Everything going well, I take it? I've heard there are still people in need of your help. And of course there's Jude over here. Who I believe is weaver, carpenter, and leatherworker. Jude appears troubled.
Dear, oh dear, if only he were here to help. Eep! Goodness me, you gave me quite a scare. Do I know you? I must apologize. As you've likely already gathered, I am easily startled.
Is Artemis?
Ah, yes, you see, I, Jude, belong to the Faculty of Astronomy, and am enlisted in the Classical Astronomers Association. Despite the name, I am the sole member. Until this last year, we were far more in number, but the other students graduated just as I joined. Why remain part of an association that, but for my efforts, is obsolete, you might ask? The reason is quite simple. I thought it would allow me free access to their telescope. Recently, however, the Faculty of Astronomy and all its constituents, the Classical Astronomers Association included, have been urged by the Forum to contribute a national project. As a result, I am unable to use the telescope at my own discretion. If only my problems ended there. After I'd taken over the association's activities, I came to learn the telescope was not only old, but in a state of total disrepair. I have, of course, since attempted to have it repaired, but no craftsman is willing to accept my request. Impatient has led me to attempt to restore it myself. All I've accomplished is making the situation worse, beyond recovery even. My apologies. I've started to ramble. So, you're a craftsman that's been sent by Key Aliapo. I am terribly sorry. Despite having come all this way, there is no longer any telescope to restore.
Why not just make a new one?
Indeed! The possibility had not even crossed my mind. Oh, what I wouldn't give for one of those new lenses I've heard so much about. Their precision and clarity is said to be without peer, but the funding required be astronomical. Perhaps if we forgo the latest and greatest in telescope components, the modest budget I've received from the association may suffice to make one. I'd best get to work then. Numenon will no doubt have a plethora of information on the subject of crafting telescopes. While I have an acute fear of crowded places, my desire to look upon the stars is enough to see me through the task, or so I hope.
Jude rushes off, his words still ringing in your head. You take off in the direction of Numenum after him. To the Numenor. No! No! Oh, you're here to lend me a hand in searching for the necessary tomes? Thank you. Only one other person has extended to me such kindness. 87.96% of those I have encountered have approached me, words dripping with honey, looking only to take advantage of my purse strings. But enough of that. Somewhere along these tomes are documents detailing the intricacies of telescopes. Let's split up and search for them. Please, should you find any relevant documents, bring them to me. It's not this, nor is it this. A history of observatories. The Encyclopedia of Astronomical Telescopes. An astronomer's comprehensive overview of the starlings. This place needs to be reorganization. Did you stumble across any leads? A tome that lends its reader a great deal of insight into gigantic telescopes and their history. A tome that covers the various types of telescopes and how they are structured. A tome that speaks on the ever-elusive starlings. To think that you've managed to find 3 whole tomes. Excellent work. Let's have a look, shall we? A history of observatories. This appears to be all about observatories and the massive telescopes they boast. While the content contained within these pages is near perfect, to create the telescope detailed here would require a budget on par with a national project. Let's now take a look at the Encyclopedia of Astronomical Telescopes. What a treasure tome. Treasure of a tome. It outlines entirely how telescopes are made, down to the smallest of details. Unfortunately, we only have enough gold to cover a fraction of the cost of the parts listed here. Let us see what this last one has to offer. An astronomer's comprehensive overview of the star lens, huh? Star lens? I've never heard of such a thing. According to this, it is an ancient tool used by astronomers to read the stars and can be produced at a reasonable cost. But what good would such an ancient tool accomplish in today's world of astronomy and optics? It doesn't even use a lens. Then again, it is within my means. Might I ask you to craft one for me, while I can only offer you meagre stipend of our association receives from the Suzerain exchange? I hope you'd consider it. You have my sincerest of thanks. Now then, there is little time to waste. I have already requested to use the space, so let us make our way to the workshop. According to my calculations, we should have just enough in the way of funds to craft the star lens. The question that remains, however, is if it will be powerful enough to aid me in my pursuit. If only he were here.
If it isn't Jude, you're looking gloomy as ever.
Hey, Eek, who's there? Oh, Jude, Jeremy. Have you finally decided to join the Faculty of Astronomy?
I know not to which Jerome you're referring, but this one shines brighter than any of those so-called stars you gaze upon.
You're the only Jeremy I know. You should know that seeing as we've been friends since childhood...
Jude, I am terribly disappointed. 10 whole years have passed since we first met. I had thought you'd grow out of it eventually, yet you insist on immersing yourself in this tedious, unrewarding work. We are all pupils of the studium. It is all but blasphemy to whittle away the best of your years, nose stuck between dusty old tomes. Now, why don't you set aside your wayward aspirations and join me in the Faculty of Literature? We might even be able to fetch you a decent-looking bride. I've recently joined the Poetry Lovers Club. We speak on love and life while sipping the finest of teas. Does that not sound pleasurable to you?
Jeremy, was it not you who introduced me to the wonders of astronomy? What made you lose interest in the subject?
That is neither here nor there. I am simply worried you're wasting away here all on your own. Just promise me you'll think on it, alright?
What's your relationship to him? I must apologize for not introducing you. That was Jeremy, a childhood friend of mine. Ever since I could remember, we would spend our nights together gazing up at the stars. It was a decade ago when it happened. The two of us took part in an astronomer's workshop. One night, when we were looking up at the night sky, we spotted a mysterious blue light. Concluding it was an unidentified celestial body, we immediately notified the Studium's Faculty of Astronomy. No matter how much they searched, they were unable to find the light we had seen. In the end, the Studium chalked it up to the ramblings of imaginative schoolchildren. Out of sheer frustration, we decided to join the Faculty of Astronomy, vowing to one another that we'd one day rediscover the azure body we found that day. Jeremy, being a summer older than I, enrolled first. When I finally entered, it was as though he were a different person, all vestiges of the old Jeremy and the promise we made to one another forgotten. I joined this faculty hoping to fulfill our dream of the decade prior. Yet ever timid and easily cowed, I do not see how I will accomplish this alone. It was Jeremy always leading the way. Without him, I am lost. You've got me. You are right. With your help, perhaps there is still hope. I do not know what I can or how far I will get, but I must at least try. Thank you very much. You've done so much for me already, but I have yet to even ask your name. It's Elita Draconia. Elita, I am looking forward to working with you. You can now undertake deliveries for the Faculty of Astronomy at the Studium. Speak to Jude to learn more. Jude is eager to begin work on the Starlands. Elita, let us waste no time in getting to work. I would like to ask you to craft Starland's braces. They are important pieces. You may now undertake deliveries for the Faculty of Astronomy at the Student. By delivering the requested items to Jude and raising yourself in his esteem, you can advance the story of his efforts to manufacture a Starlands. Thank you for agreeing to assist. Please deliver the braces here once you're finished. Each faculty of the student has a list of requested deliveries. Jude of the Faculty of Astronomy will accept items from carpenters, leatherworkers and weavers. The items are according to your level and may be gathered by any of the corresponding classes. The esteem gauge will build with each successful delivery. Fill the gauge completely and your esteem level will increase, allowing you to progress through the story. Studium deliveries take the form of collectibles, and you're able to submit multiple items simultaneously. Items with a higher collectability do not result in a larger increase to your esteem, but you will receive greater rewards upon delivery. Let's see. Aha. And lignin BT lumber. And rose, dwarven cotton. And sea swallow leather. Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. They also give silver scripts, so I better spend some of those. Right, let's see. I only need 3, I only need 6 actually. let's see, that probably the high quality should make it a bit easier. This leather. That should be it. Probably can just get 6 high quality ones. And not much more price, so that'll do. Dwarven cotton. Please don't get sold in small bundles. That'll do it, so. Right, so. So I probably don't need to use my macros. Let's see. goes in. Studio. See how much experience we get for these. Thank you for agreeing to assist. Please deliver the braces here once you've finished. Here we go. What stunning craftsmanship! Your talent is incredible. You are a star among stars. In making your first successful delivery, you have begun to earn Jude's trust. Deliver the items Jude needs and deliver them often to improve your standing with the Faculty of Astronomy. Thank you. Without your help, I'd have no chance of ever finishing the Starlands.
Listen here, Jude. Today I'm going to show you how to make the most of what should be the best summers of your life. Are you familiar with the concept of barbecues?
Barbecues?
It is a culinary practice originating from the archipelagos off the coast of the New World. Various cuts of meat are thoroughly braised over the span of half a day. Many of our peers prefer studying alone in dreary silence, but that is not so with the Poetry Club. We gather round the fire of the barbecue, discussing the finer points of literature, reciting poetry as we watch the meat smoke and sear. Perhaps the flames that sear the meat will finally ignite a fire in your heart, large enough to propel you into action. As long as last you will be able to declare your undying love for that homely, yet somehow still alluring girl. What do you say?
Honestly, I do not know why you would come to me with such a proposal.
Join our Poetry Club, Jude. Just have one taste, and you'll realize exactly what you're missing out on.
Jeremy, you live bold and elegantly. Unlike you, however, I am a solitary creature. Just the thought of eating across from another is enough to send chills down my spine.
Nonsense. Surely you at least take meals with your peers.
You are my only friend. Hey, what about me?
You jest.
I never learned how to make friends. They do not teach you that at school.
This is further evidence that you mustn't remain here, alone and isolated. I'll continue to visit until I get through to that thick head of yours.
Jeremy never fails to impress me. He has so many friends who, unlike me, are all outgoing and full of cheer. He seems to be having so much fun. If only I could be more like him. With a bit of effort you can. You're right. Lamenting on my situation will get me nowhere. Chin up, Jude. If you're always looking down, you'll forget to look at the stars. Exactly. Thank you. I feel much better now. That said, we still lack the necessary parts to complete the Starlands. I still have a few things to take care of, but you'll be hearing from me again ere long. Thanks to her encouragement, my heart, which was about as weak as a mammoth, has not grown a bit tougher. Tough enough to match pudding. A marginally scary individual. What? Jude is pleased with your efforts. He now only considers you to be a marginally scary individual. Poetry recital. Jude appears eager to continue his work with you. Ah, Elita, just the woman I wanted to see. I have another request to make of you. Would you be up to the task? Thank you. I need you to craft what is to be the heart and soul of the star lens. You see, an ordinary telescope picks up on starlight, whereas the star lens captures ethereal flickers. This requires what is known as an ethereal lens. While of course materials of a high grade are important, it is the craftsmanship that determines quality, to which I turn to you. Studium deliveries list for Jude has been updated. Have you managed to finish up the ethereal lenses? These are what allow us to pick up on the ethereal filaments in the distance. Allows the star lens to capture ethereal flickers. Required to support the star lens. Palm lumber, almost a surge, and luncheon toad leather. Palm honesty luncheon. How to spell honesty? Honesty. Easy crafting. Easy, easy. Let's get these super crafting done. Woo! Super! As you can see, crafting these is quite time consuming, but once you get round to it, you can get them done pretty quickly if you make a good macro. Save your hand to remember every single button you have to push. It's so warm in my room. Last one. I'm going to open the door to let some cool air in. Right. Let's hand these in now. Have you managed to finish the ethereal lenses? These are what will allow us to pick up on the ethereal filaments in the distance. There we go. I have to remember to keep spending these. Magnificent! Even to the untrained eye, it is easy to see the craftsmanship is second to none. With this ethereal lens, we will detect even the most distant of ethereal bodies. Once again, I am indebted to you. We are still in the early ages of our journey, but I hope we can continue to press forward with the same amount of fervor. Dude, sequestering yourself in such confined quarters will eventually take a toll on your mental health. Come, there is fun to be had in the outside world. And what exactly does this fun you speak of entail? Allow me to illustrate. I began this morning with a splendid cup of freshly brewed coffee from the last stand. Shortly thereafter, we all gathered at Oak's Landing to perform a public poetry recital. I have no poems to recite. 'Tis the spirit that counts. Poetry can help you learn to express yourself more fully, Jude. In fact, why don't you give it a try right now? Make sure you really put your feelings into it. I suppose I could give it a try, if it means I can become a bit more like you. A soul shrouded by the dark abyss, the tears that pour forth as blood-stricken rain solidify the poison that nestles in my heart. The world returns to nothingness. I regret, perhaps you need not delve so deeply into your feelings. That aside, now you've had a taste of what our sessions entail, and what it's like to live every day to the fullest. With your grades and brain, changing faculties should be fairly straightforward. By my next visit, I expect you'll have joined the Faculty of Literature in our Poetry Club. While I know Germany intends well, abandoning my studies in pursuit of literature would mean relinquishing my dream of locating the Azure Star. You can't give up on your dreams. You're absolutely right. The whole reason I joined the studium in this association was to see my goals through. Thank you for always being so supportive and returning me to my senses. I just wonder why Jeremy is so unrelenting in his attempts to have me withdraw from my studies. Astronomy was his first love. Though we were monumentally sidetracked, I would like to thank you once again for your help. I'm eager to continue our work together. With you by my side, the resolve in my heart is hardened, and I feel as though the strength of a chocobo rages within me. Jude now considers you an individual that takes time to warm up to strangers. Jude eagerly awaits you. Elita, let us jump straight to the next part of the process. I asked that you would craft another vital part of the Starlands. See, the operation of this particular type of telescope requires highly specialized magic. While I understand the mechanics behind the magic, the sheer volume required far surpasses that at my disposal. Please, might you be so kind as to craft ethereal amplifiers for me? There are no words to express how thankful I am, Elita. Not only are you assisting me with producing the Starlands, but you continue to encourage me every step of the way. The studium deliveries list for Jude has been updated. To view the news list, speak with Jude. With the ethereal amplifiers, I should be finally able to channel enough magic to operate our Starlands. Allows one to channel enough magic to operate the Starlands. Off we go once again. Looks like 88's the highest before we get to the end. Snowman and Spider. You could say I'm quite lazy when it comes to crafting. Crafting used to be a lot harder. They made it so much easier nowadays. There are all crafty badgers around here. Some more crafting. So that's basically my crafting macro one. and that's my second one. I know I could add more careful sentences in there, but I feel that if I did that, it would take ages to do some of the things on that second one. Because a lot of the custom deliveries only require 2. I know I could make another one, but yeah, can't be bothered. So now we just hand these in. With the ethereal amplifiers, I should finally be able to channel enough magic to operate our starlings. There we go. Nice chunky experience. Elita, it's absolutely perfect, thank you. I've just finished looking over the last delivery. We are so close to having all the parts necessary to begin assembly. Jude, today must be your lucky day. The ever-busy Jeremy has decided to grace you with his presence. Who are these people? No doubt they're here to escort coin from me. I must report them to the Students' Guard post-haste. Thinking aloud again, are we? You need not worry, they are with me. In fact, they are members of the poetry group I mentioned. I brought them here so everyone could get acquainted. It's nice to meet you, Jude. She's speaking to me. Of course she's speaking to you. That is, of course, the reason why we're here, is it not? Ah, you must be the craftswoman assistant, Jude. Do you also feel to drop him on one of our poetry meets sometime, should it strike your fancy? So, what do you think? A magnificent group of people, are they not? We were just on our way to the last stand. Would you care to join us? Steady now. Jeremy is only trying to help you. He knows you have no friends and is attempting to coax you out of your shell. You really should be thankful, truly. Absolutely not. Apologies, but I am currently in the middle of procuring something known as a starlings. Perhaps another time. What is this nonsense? Come now, Jude. Join us just this one time. Only regret awaits should you continue down this dark path. How can you say that with such certainty? Trust me, he knows exactly what he's talking about. Please, that's enough. Let's just be on our way, shall we? Having to meet new people is quite draining. I must say, however, I'm rather proud of myself. Normally I would have been so nervous. Even the thought of speaking would cause me to lose consciousness. I must be growing. You're improving. It's you I have to thank, Elita. Your continued support has allowed me to really blossom. Now, enough about me. We are so close to the finish line. With a bit more work, the Starlands will be complete. Before we proceed, however, there is one thing I must confirm. Please come back to see me when you next find the time. Thanks to Elita, the chocobo in my heart is transformed into a mighty hobgoblin. Jude now considers you a good-natured individual. He's overjoyed with your efforts. Jude appears very determined. Last we met, I mentioned there was something I need to confirm before proceeding. This something concerned Jeremy. Since joining the studio, I have not had the chance to have a proper discussion with him. There is much I would like to ask him, such as why he refuses to speak of our vow from 10 years ago, or why he insists so fervently that I drop my studies. For the longest time, I was too scared to confront him. I thought if he had truly lost interest in astronomy, maybe we wouldn't have anything in common anymore, and... Never mind. That's no longer relevant. Thanks to you and our Starlands journey, I've become confident enough to face my fears head-on. I plan to meet Jeremy and ask him what happened to the promise we made at the exact spot where we encountered the azure star in tranquility. But I'm positive that if I ask him to come, Jeremy will find another clever excuse to avoid me. Please, Elita, would you be so kind as to ask him in my stead? Thank you. You can likely find him at Oak's Landing reciting poetry with his friends. In the meantime, I will make my way to Tranquility and wait for you and Jeremy there. To the Levier Estate! Woo!
Who are you? What do you want from us? You there, you're that craftswoman helping out at the Faculty of Astronomy. I take it you're not here to recite poetry? You're looking for Germany? Sure, I can point you in his direction, but you have to do something for me first. You see, there's this girl. She spurned my advances a few days ago. As I can see, you're also flabbergasted to learn she rejected a dashing young man such as myself.
So what do you need me to do?
Aren't we snappy? Huh. I know just the thing that will elevate me from simply charming to outstanding. A set of classy writing utensils. I want you to craft them for me. I will of course see that you are furnished with everything you need. After all, such consideration is the defining quality of a gentleman. Just ask this boy right next to me for materials. He still owes me a rather large sum of gold, and we'll see that all your expenses are covered. Let's hurry and get this over with. I cannot stand being indebted to him for a moment longer. Once you finish crafting me my utensils, you can deliver them directly to me. Let me know if you need any more materials. I should have found a way to return them to this school sooner. A stellar set of writing utensils. Well, at the very least, I've managed to avoid bankruptcy. Once you finish crafting me my utensils, you can deliver them directly to me. There you go. Excellent! With this exquisite set, I will no doubt be able to build poetry beyond that of the average club member. She will have no choice but to rethink her foolish decision. Ah, right. You wanted to know where Jeremy is. You can find him at Scholar's Harbour right about this time. A real wet blanket this one is, if you ask me. No need to say that. He's only just joined and has yet to settle in is all. What faculty did he transfer over from again? He's certainly not going to be happy if I told you. You're going to have to ask someone else. Sounds to me like he's harbouring a few secrets then. Yes, the utensils you crafted are superb. Rather than dallying about and marrying your handiwork, however, you best hurry to Scholar's Harbour if you want to catch Jeremy. Do not worry, they are in good hands. Now I suggest you hurry. Jeremy isn't going to be at Scholar's Harbour for much longer. The mystery grows deeper. I wonder what happened to Jeremy and his previous faculty. Oh, it's you, the craftswoman working with Jude. What can I do for you? I want to talk to you about Jude. You want to speak with me regarding Jude? Very well. I suppose I can spare a few moments if it concerns our dear friend Jude. Shall we talk here, or did you wish to speak in private elsewhere? Tranquility. I'll be on my way then. So what exactly did you wish to speak with me about? I see. I suspected as much. Of course I should have known you'd be suspicious. You've always been 2 steps ahead of me. Even so, you still came. And I have words for you that have been left unsaid for far too long. Jeremiah, why did you quit the Faculty of Astronomy? So you know, I once presided there. It would be odd if I didn't. Surely, even you knew you wouldn't be able to feign ignorance for long. I ask you again, why did you quit the Faculty of Astronomy? Aye. 10 years ago we made a vow at this very spot. We swore together that we'd search for and find the azure star together. Why would you renege on your promise now? Have you come to hate astronomy? Me? Hate astronomy? Ha! Please do not be silly. Finding that star meant the world to me. Ha! You will also be forced to face the truth one day, just as I have. Allow me to warn you before it is too late. I am but 1 summer older than you. I shed blood, sweat, and tears to ensure I'd be able to earn a place to study at the studium. I kept silent about which faculty I was to enter, because I had hoped to make some progress towards our goals, and surprise you with it when you joined. Upon hearing members were free to use a telescope any time, I joined the Classical Astronomical Association. I planned to devote all my spare time to our investigation. For several months, day in, day out, I took that telescope and observed every last corner of the sky without fail. To my utter despair, I was unsuccessful in ever locating the azure star. Even so, I refused to give up on our dream. I thought perhaps a more powerful telescope was required, and so, after much negotiating with my professors, I was granted leave to use the finest equipment available in the studium. Yet for all my efforts, all my planning, I could find not so much a glimmer of that bloody star in the night sky. I grew more weary by the day, and it was eventually forced to come to a harrowing realization. The azure star does not exist. It never did. Just as the scholars at the studium told us back then. We imagined it. The azure star doesn't exist? If in fact what you say is true, then why not tell me sooner? Same as me. Finding that star meant everything to you. How could I possibly tell you that? If the azure star doesn't exist, then what have I been working towards this entire time? I understand your feelings better than you know. Forgetting about it will take time, but it can be done. Promise me, however, you won't forget this, Jude. I am and always will be your friend and ally. My life, without the azure star giving me a direction and purpose, is meaningless. What am I to do? You're the only one who can give your life purpose. Yes, you're absolutely right. Letting someone or something determine my life's path is the easy way out. I'm the only one that can decide what's right for me. Let's return to Maker's Meat. There is something I would like to investigate.
even Jeremiah was unable to find it, there's a good chance that Azure Store truly does not exist. There is, however, one other possibility. There is a chance it is out there. Not just not observable with the tools that were at his disposal. The journey we're about to embark on is as dark and uncertain as a flight through the starless night sky. Regardless, I shall not give up. This is a dream I pursued for a decade. I cannot walk away without a fight. Alone, I would have no chance of continuing Jeremiah's work. But with you by my side, perhaps I can accomplish that which even he has not. Elita, may I count on your continued assistance? I will see you through your adventure. I knew I could count on you. Thank you, Elita. Once I have everything sorted, let us begin production post-haste. Her continued encouragement has really lit a fire in my heart. I feel as fierce as a bomb. The next request will be available from Jude upon reaching level 88. Right, okie dokie. So what I'm going to do here is I have some custom deliveries to do. Let's see. I look at my timers, custom deliveries. Zoe and Advark are the ones with the bonus. That means they give a huge amount of experience in comparison to the others. Milliance gives, let's see, 1,107. Right, so all of them give that a... So basically, if I want the experience, I have to go for the ones with the bonuses. It doesn't matter what level they are because they are all identical in terms of experience. Okay. First off, script exchange. No, that's why. Right. Let us go to... I just want to go. The good thing is all of this gives us bonus experience. So if we just keep doing this, we get a couple of nice bonuses. And here comes the second little bit of bonus experience. Of course, so when you forgetting to use the other one. But we still got the high quality done. And what we're planning on doing is just turning these in for a bunch of experience. Our plan here is to get to 88. Then we continue the story. And then I've got a bunch of live quests to do so they can level me up. I just need to do them all once at least.
And then any extra experience I need after that, I can just turn in the remaining. Thing is, once I get Weaver up to like level 90, I can then use the book to learn the recipes. I recently started leveling up my crafters to help friends, because I figured as an FC reader, it would be something that I could do to like help others. This was back in Heaven's Word when things were harder and not too many people leveled up crafters. Then the Ishgardian Restoration came out and practically everyone was able to level up crafters, so it kind of became irrelevant at that point. Well, that was like a few expansions later, obviously. But it meant that my duties were no longer required, because anyone could do it, and although it's nice that it's easier, at the same time it also means that there's less of a need for people to partake of it. Let's make 6 of these. My usual of getting all classes to all jobs to like level up max, so I'm left with 90. Let's make his broom's head. The good thing about these ones in particular is that they don't require much to build them up. Because under a certain level you can just instantly max them out. And then just a couple of careful syntheses, and you're done. Technically I could have been doing this since Endwalker came out and I would have been like max level already. But I wanted to focus on my combat jobs first. Especially after it was taking like 3 hours to like log on.
was quite a trying time for me. And when you got those disconnects, that was probably the most heartbreaking moments. So good to see you again, Elita. With the two of us working together, it won't be long till there's a smile on the face of every child in the realm. More supplies for the orphanage? Zoe can't thank you enough. Anything you can do for us, truly, deeply appreciated by me and the children both. Let's see what we have here. More supplies for the orphanage. Well, thank you ever so much, Elita. Zoe promises she'll put it to good use. Working hard as ever, I see. Wherever would Zoe be without you? Out on the street eating stale flatbreads and a month-old pineapple pudding, that's where. Still, don't forget to give yourself a rest from time to time. Can I interest you in a bowl of pineapple pudding? I don't think it's rotten yet. Right, almost level 88.
Ah, Elita, my most dependable partner. What brings you here today? Have you a delivery to make? Perhaps a new garb for yours truly to try? Whichever it is, it does me well to see you.
Damn it. I hate it when that happens. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, script machine. I give you too many of these.
Distilled from fermented mare's milk, Arcari is a popular and potent spirit in my homeland, and an essential part of my daily celebration. With this, we may look forward to much merrymaking here in Idleshire. Now then, let me examine it by the light. Oh ho! In a word, the quality is superb. I'm thoroughly impressed, and I've no doubt that our patrons will be too.
Level 88. And the reason I'm doing it like this is so that I don't waste any experience. Because I could potentially use those 4 for other jobs. Let's continue on, shall we? Next part of the quest. Jude appears anxious to continue with the production of the starlings. What do you say we pick up where we left off, Elita? Where traditional telescopes gather light to project an image, the starlings captures etheric glimmers and casts that onto the surface of water, hence making stargazing possible. As I was constructing the starlings, I realized I was missing the very piece that would allow me to do just that. This is where I will need to once again borrow your seasoned hands. Might you craft some ethereal conductors for me? Leave it to me. Once these are finished, there will be but one thing left to do. The student deliveries list for Jude has been updated to be when you just speak with him. I'm counting on you to make some ethereal conductors. They will allow me to project the ether captured by the starlings onto water. Allows one to project the ether captured by the starlines onto water. Integral ARK Ophiuchorus Pluminac. Integral. That what I need? Yes, the velvet. There we go.
Yeah. Nice. What's the conditions for that one? Ah, unavailable when waste not is active. We're getting there. And last one. Ooh. That was nice. Right. In my inventory I should have, yep, they're all good. All amazing. And then we go over here. Should be fine.
I'm counting on you to make me some ethereal conductors. They will allow me to project the ether captured by the starlings onto water. Allows one to project the ether captured by the starlings onto water. You have my gratitude. Truly, I am blessed to have crossed paths with a craftswoman such as yourself. I believe our fateful union is what shall lead us to the rediscovery of the Azure Star. Excellent. Now I have nearly everything I need. Just one last piece and we'll be one step away from a completed Starlands. Even if I am unable to find the Azure Star, meeting you has taught me the importance of perseverance. It is a lesson I shall never forget. Oh, what am I saying? Of course I will find it. I must. It is a dream I have spent the last decade pursuing. Exactly. Keep up the good work. Yes, I will continue to give it my all. When you find the time to craft the final missing piece, please come and find me. I will be here eagerly awaiting your visit. Thanks to her support, the fire in my heart grows by the minute. In fact, it feels almost as though Ifrit has taken up residence within me. Choose now. Thank Julius for your efforts. He now considers you a friend he can confide in. A new quest continues. Story of Faculty of Astronomy is now available. Upon its completion, the studium deliveries list for Judes will be updated. And that one requires me to be level 90. That was the left quests. Ah, they're down there. I need to come up here for the materials. Ah, so what do I need to craft? Dark Hamplin gloves and heavy armor. Camping cloth. There we go, ergonomics. That is where we shall go. So I need 5, 12, about 5, 10, 15. Let's see, fingers, start counting gloves a few. So 25 of them. Gatherer's Boon. Slot. When gathering, there's a chance of triggering the Gatherer's Boon effect, which will grant an additional item during that gathering attempt. Wait, wasn't that a high quality thing? Guess just use this. Oh, I see. Instead of high quality, you get an extra one. So I've got 21 of them now. I still need 25 in total. Because I need 3 for the turn in and
find this one that does multiple tournaments. I should probably make sure of that. I got 26. I can just turn them in now. Okay, yeah, we can do this. Oh, I've disappeared. I didn't want to disappear. I'm still here. screen. Dwarven cotton. That's getting ridiculous. Cotton. That'll do. I think of this dark camping gloves like healing. First of all, I'll do this. And then we do this. Easy. Now I have a couple of requests to handle. Have a delivery from me, do you? Well, let's have it then. Aye, this will do nicely. Here's your payment as agreed. Have a delivery from me, do you? Well, let's have it then. This will do nicely. Here's your payment as agreed. If gathering and crafting is your game, then speak with Grig here. You'll find you some of the most lucrative work around. As ever, we are inundated with requests to beg for promotion. If you come seeking work, we gladly welcome the assistance. Start at the bottom of the up.
Let's see. Misty Surge. Let's see. 2 Surge. Computer. Dark weapon glove. Let's see. And the other item is almost a surge coat of healing. And that's all I need. 5 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, and 1 gauge leather. Right, let's get those and get crafting. Barely see the writing on my hand. Actually, if I make those. take some of these.
that. Nasty search hat of casting. No, that's wrong. It's a hat of casting master. Pharmacy search codes of healing. There we go. That's those two done. Time to hand them in and go to the next tier. The rest of them I don't really need to do high quality for because I'm almost max level. So I've got these ones ticked off at least to see I've done them. Let's see. So
5 snow flats. Snow and turpin of crafting. Snow fox 15. I got 16 now. Can I show you anything? Oh my goodness, I just want one. And honesty. Turpin of crafting. Too much lots of snow.
this is cheaper. There we go, done. Yay! No, I've still got to like do the other ones. Done those two, so it's just right, so I'm gonna finish off this quest. I will try and get some of the other ones done. Jude hopes to speak with you before completing the Starlands. Thanks to you, the completion of the Starlands is in sight. Without you by my side, I would have no doubt given up before the journey even began. And I speak not just of finding the Azure Star, but also confronting Jeremy as to why he quit astronomy. Words are not enough to express my gratitude. Now we stand at the finish line, and I have one last request to make of you. Channeling magic into the Starlands requires a wand. Would you please craft one for me? Should you ever find yourself short on materials, please help yourself to whatever is in this trunk. Have you finished crafting the final piece? The Faculty of Astronomy has provided the Classical Astronomical Association with a wooden box full of materials. Feel free to help yourself.
A wand capable of channeling magic into the Starlands. Can be used to craft a wand capable of channeling magic into the Starlands. Seeing as all the parts are now ready, go ahead and deliver the completed wand to Jude. Have you finished crafting the final piece? There we are. Ooh, it's pretty. It's absolutely perfect. Now that I have the necessary parts, all that's left to do is search for the Azure Star. When that time comes, might I be so bold as to ask you to join me? There is also one other individual I wish could be there. That being said, there is no guarantee that the Azure Star even exists. I do not wish to disappoint them again. Even so, I would like to search the skies once again with Jeremiah. After all, it's a dream we've shared for a decade. Not at least asking would be a form of betrayal in itself. Given the time, he is most likely at Oak's Landing reciting poetry with his friends. As soon as I finish putting everything together, I will go straight there. Please wait with Jeremy for me at Oak's Landing. I will head right over as soon as I finish assembling everything. Please wait for me with Jeremy at Oak's Landing. What are you looking at? Thanks to the exquisite utensil you crafted for me, she has finally started taking interest in me. Are you looking for Jeremy again? He's right beside you. Ah, it's you again. I apologize, but we have nothing more to discuss. You may have nothing more to say, but I have plenty. Jude. The Starlands that Elita and I have been working on is now complete. It would mean the world to me if you came to watch me begin my search for the Azure Star. I'm sorry, Jude. I'm afraid that is something I cannot do. What do you mean you cannot? This is your childhood friend we're talking about. You should go with him. If the Azure Star truly doesn't exist, isn't it your duty to be by his side when he learns the truth? You don't understand. I searched for a decade for that star. It is nowhere to be found. A decade? Surely you jest.
What an absolute waste of time that was. Ha! To think you were this close to throwing out all the best years of your life chasing a figment of your imagination. If such a thing existed, the top academics in the Faculty of Astronomy would have already found it. Did you not even take that into consideration? By the gods, you must be even dumber than a sack of rocks. You... How dare you speak such atrocities? Huh? Are you talking to me? You, nor anyone else, has the right to ridicule us, threaten and laugh at me all you like. You will not strip me of my dream. Then maybe what you need is some sense knocked into you. I'd strongly recommend against that. You see that craftswoman there? She's an adventurer from overseas, and certainly not someone you want to pick a fight with. Even you don't stand a chance. You'd best watch your back. Jude, in all our years together, I don't think I've ever seen you so upset, much less speak the way you did. I'll admit I surprised myself a little. My heart is still pounding. I just couldn't let it go when I thought about everything you had invested, the audacity he has to utter such words. I lived, ate, and breathed that dream. When I discovered there was no hope of fulfilling it, the despair that overcame me was beyond words. I felt worthless. That is why I earlier. Even if some of the members of the Poetry Club are a little rough around the edges, this is the only place I have. When we were children, I was crying because I did not fit in with the others. You invited me to join you in stargazing. You gave me a place to belong in this world. And now I'm asking you to join me in that place once more, gazing up in the skies. Very well. But this will be it for me, Jude. Let us make our way to Scholar's Harbour. I must first return to the workshop in Mistiva's Starlands, so I will go there. To think that Jude has changed so drastically, and in such a short span of time. It seems what he needed was not someone to take him by the hand, but rather coax him forward from behind. Let's see, where are we going now? To the docks. Well, I am surprised to see how much Jude has changed. That does not change the fact that the Azure Star does not exist.
pretty. Wait, I only made one of those. And there we go. Let us begin then. So this is the Starlands. It doesn't look like much. Years ago on that fateful day, we were attempting to observe the constellations aligning with the fifth heaven's gate. I will begin by positioning the Starlands in the same manner. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. The stars can be seen with such clarity. However, the azure star we saw back then does not shine among them. Not that I expected anything different. After all, one cannot see, even with state-of-the-art technology, that which does not exist. You did well, Jude. The Starlands is quite an impressive piece of work. Wait. It is for this exact reason the amplifier exists. Or do we need more? Jude, I want to believe it exists as much as you, but... It exists. It's there somewhere right before our very eyes. Please reveal to us your brilliance once more. Just as you did 10 years ago. Jeremy, look, it's real. It truly does exist. We didn't imagine it. It's real. Why did I give up so easily? Jude, you are extraordinary. Elita, it's all thanks to you that our decade of hard work did not go to waste. Which reminds me, did you see where Jeremy wandered off to? He was with us when we entered the studium grounds. Ah, yes. This feels much better. Now that's more like Germany, I know. Elita, wouldn't you agree this style suits him better? It looks good. Thank you. I finally come to realize that simply transforming my appearance does not change who I am on the inside. But that is neither here nor there. What I wish to talk about is the Azure Star. There is something about it that has been niggling at the back of my mind. How is it you succeeded with an ancient lens made of water, where the latest, most advanced equipment of the studium failed? Ah, of course! The star lens allows us to see by capturing not the light of stars, but their ether, correct? I see. You believe that due to how far away the Azure Star resides from us, a traditional telescope would have trouble capturing the light it emits. The star lens, meanwhile, can capture an image of its ether, the very life force of the star. I can imagine how much further our technology must advance for telescopes to perceive such distant celestial bodies. Strange, then, that we were able to see the Azure Star all those years ago. How do you suppose we accomplished such a feat? At the time, we were using a toy crafted for children. The lens, contrary to proper telescopes, was made from low-quality crystal. The ether of that crystal lens is likely what allowed us to pick up the star's glow. But after we reported what we saw, the Faculty of Astronomy conducted their own observations under similar, if not identical, conditions, and found nothing. What if the intensity of its ethereal emissions is prone to periodic fluctuations? An ethereal cycle, if you will. It stands to reason that night 10 years ago, the Azure Star had reached its peak. A brief miraculous window wherein the star's ether was such that we could catch a glimpse with our crystal lens telescope. Incredible. As always, Jeremiah. You've always been very sharp. Sharp or not, my abilities pale in comparison to your sheer drive, Jude. Thanks to said drive, we have rediscovered an alternate means of viewing stars in the night sky. And if your theory is correct, then that means there are far more stars out there than we ever suspected, waiting to be discovered. It would certainly seem that way. This may very well revitalize and revolutionize the field of astronomy. Then let us continue working together to find them, Jeremiah. Let us continue to breathe life into the dreams of those two young boys from 10 years ago. Jude, you forget, I am no longer with the Faculty of Astronomy. In case you'd already forgotten, I'm a rather persistent fellow. I waited this long, I can stand to wait a bit longer for your return. I cannot argue with that. Never did I think, when we began this journey, that it wouldn't come to such a spectacular end. Thank you once again, Elita. While our time together was short, it was incredibly fruitful. I am devastated to have to say goodbye. We, however, shall continue to reside under the same stars. When I want to remember our time together, I will simply look to the skies. I pray we will meet again. You shall always remain a treasured and true friend of mine. The fires of Ifrit, nay, a phoenix, have taken up residence in my heart, where they will continue to burn forevermore. Jude is deeply moved by your efforts. He now considers you a treasured and trusted friend. Keep an eye out for others at the studio who require the help of an able artisan. You never know who might be in need of your skills. Starry Night. Gazing upon the night skies with Germany by my side takes me a decade back. How grateful am I to not have given up. While I may be one of many Germanys that exist upon this star, I am the one that shines the brightest. Right. Thank you all for watching. That's all I'm going to do for now, because that took me quite a while to get through. I am happy that I managed to get through at least one of these. I should be able to get through the other two soon, though it may take me a little while to get there. In the meantime, take care, my beloved darlings. Love you all. Bye for now.